Hi there, Dr. Brian here. I'm going to tell you about 3 organ systems that have a relationship to emotions we all experience. And the result of the emotions is the organ system health sometimes changes. So who's interested in that? And I'll stay for a bit and I'll tell you a bit more about that. Dr. Brian here from Hands on Super Health, the super healthy that always thrive. Now, we all know about emotions and we all experience emotions. That's how we know we're living. And there are some common emotions we all experience, and they are understood, especially in Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine, to be represented in organs. So if we start from the liver and we talk about anger, so those two are quite connected. So you may also notice that people who have liver issues tend to be a bit angry. They have a shorter temper, they are easier to upset. Persistent emotional imbalance, so a persistence of anger or frustration and aggression, will often show up as a change in liver function. So we know from the work of Joe Dispenza and Bruce Lipton that emotional states change cell biology and DNA replication. So the DNA performs differently during different emotional states. And there's Russian experiments that show how the DNA will coil up during anger and make transcription difficult, and open up during happiness and love that will make transcription easy and accurate. So we'll move on. If I talk gallbladder, which functionally is the collector organ of the digestive salts produced in the liver, so it's a bladder, it's a collector, and so by name, the emotion associated with the gallbladder is resentment, or sometimes called galled, and that actually is represented in language where people will say you've got a lot of gall to say that. So gallbladder is understood to be connected to the concept of resentment, galled, or stubborn. And gallbladder pain is pretty hideous. I had it in my early life. Could have been resentment, could have been what I was eating, but the net effect is I was quite unwell for a little while. And it's the sort of pain, if you had a lugar in your pocket you might shoot yourself. It's really intense and horrible. And the third sort of pain, or third organ system, is the lung. Now, lung and large intestine are connected in Chinese medicine, and lung and grief, loss and sadness are connected. Now, very common for people to get a lung infection, a bad cough, after a period of loss, so when they've experienced some loss or separation. They will commonly come down with some sort of respiratory complaint. Quite interesting in the current environment where we're looking at how the body might respond to a respiratory infection. So that's a very interesting way to look at the body, and often when hands-on is looking at a body and we're seeing a pattern that won't shift, we're going to look into the body and let the body show us through some various testing protocols how the organ and emotion and organ and structure is related, and whether there are what things we can do to get those organs back on optimal performance. So if this interests you, it's a fascinating area. I'm going to create a small document which you can download. You'll need to click a link and that will take you to a download page. You'll probably need to give us your email so we can send you the document. And that will give you some information to work with. So understanding more about your body and how it works is part of how you get to health and super healthy. If you don't know where you're going and you're just wandering around lurching from pillar to post around symptoms and not fully understanding how the body works and how everything's related, you won't always achieve the goals you want in terms of your health journey. So we're here to help you. We're here with a wealth of information to give you accurate information as to how the body works in general, and then if you want a specific and personal answer, you'd need to consult with us so that we can look at your history and story and give you the answer that you need to achieve your best in health. So all the best for you today. Dr. Brian from Hands on Super Health, where the healthy don't get sick and the super healthy always thrive. All the best.